So next time someone questions you in a manner that you feel, start really questioning yourself and thinking about, is this person right? Just stop. Stop and take a breath and go, wait a minute. A, does this person's opinion even matter? But also, why am I going to let someone change who I am into being someone that I'm not because they don't like it?
Welcome to Get Real, Get Results. I'm your host, Chantell Preston. I've got over 2 decades of experience in healthcare operations, project management, and consulting, and I've navigated the dance of career advancement and personal satisfaction firsthand. Get Real, Get Results is your go-to resource for navigating the complexities of a modern-day success without sacrificing your well-being. So buckle up and get ready to challenge the status quo, shatter limiting beliefs, and embark on a transformative journey toward a more authentic, balanced, and fulfilling life. This is Get Real, Get Results, and I'm honored to have you join me.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm Chantell Preston with Get Real, Get Results podcast. So today, I wasn't really planning on doing a podcast today, but I had the most amazing thing happen yesterday that I needed to share with you guys. I don't know if some of you seen, but I did my TED Talk recently, and I talked a lot about the 5 lies that we're told. The 5 lies that we're told and how can we reframe them. I had to have a very strong conversation. I think as many of you guys know, I'm really direct and I'm very transparent. And sometimes people take that the wrong way. And sometimes people realize that, hey, that's just the way I am. And I'm like that with everyone. So I was having this conversation and the conversation got a little heated. And I have to say it was a male I was having the conversation with. I really was trying to articulate my frustration of, hey, I gave you a direct order, basically, and you just totally defied it and decided you didn't want to do it, or you weren't listening, one of the two. And now you're trying to punt your responsibilities back on me. So throughout this conversation, I continued to get a little bit more amped up as he did. And then finally, he hung up on me. How unprofessional can you be? Now, rightfully so, the conversation was getting heated and I was getting frustrated because he refused to answer the questions, but then he just hung up on me. And I thought, would he have done this if he was speaking to a male? Did he do it because I'm female and he thought it was okay to do this, even though technically I'm not his boss, but he does work with me and works for me? So I really got confused. And instead, I was so proud of myself. Instead of immediately responding to him via email, I thought, you know what? I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to use all the techniques I tell you guys. I'm going to take a breath, even though at that point I wanted to kill somebody. I'm going to take a breath and I'm going to wait till I get home to respond. I was in my car. So when I got home, I sat down and I crafted an email. So I started it and I said, since I was unable to finish my statement due to the fact that you hung up on me, so-and-so and so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Sent my email. I was really proud of myself. I didn't get more amped up. I just was like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and be as professional as I possibly can when I'm doing this. What happened next just floored me in every aspect. I thought, okay, I'm maintaining my composure. If you guys watch my TED Talk, I say women aren't supposed to show emotion in business because if we do, we're too aggressive. So I was trying to tone myself down, right? And say, hey, let's just go ahead and try some of my own techniques that I keep telling you guys. Well, funny, I did that, and the results were even more mind-blowing. And about 2 or 3 hours later, I get a response email. That response email basically stated that he didn't appreciate the way I handle my business, basically, and that I'm mean and condescending. Exact words, guys. Mean and condescending. This is a 50-year-old male is saying this to me. I didn't even know how to respond. We talk about women and emotions and how we're supposed to contain those things. But yet when we're direct with someone and we challenge them, I'm called mean. I haven't responded yet. I'm trying to keep my cool. But I think this totally shows us how we're still not there with equality in regards to how we treat men versus women in the workplace. I've asked numerous individuals since this encounter yesterday and said, would he have sent that email to another man? I don't think so. And I have to tell you, everybody I've spoken to doesn't think so either. So why do you think it's okay to send that to a female? Because I challenged you. I called you on your shit. And I basically said, I'm not going to do your job. Fascinating, it's almost like an experiment. I mean, could this have happened at a better time as we're having all these conversations about women and emotions and should we show them, should we not? Here, I'm not supposed to be empathetic and compassionate because it shows I'm weak. But yet when I stand up for myself and I'm direct and I'm transparent, I mean, again, I started to question my own self in that scenario. Did I not give those specific orders? Did I not say that out loud? I'm starting to think I'm crazy. So what I did is I contacted everyone else that was in the meeting and I said, by the way, hey, did I give this direct order to everyone that was involved in this situation? And the responses were yes. So obviously in my mind, I did the right thing of specifically asking individuals to do their job, even though maybe I had said I would take care of it previously and then realized, hey, you know what? I've got enough on my plate. I'd like for you to handle this aspect. As a project manager on this project, I think that's my responsibility. And I have the ability to do that. That's what I'm being paid to do. So what makes you think it's okay to not do your job, but then try to come back at me and say I'm mean and condescending? I have to tell you guys, I've been called a lot of things in my day, but those are two things I've never been called. And so it's really a fascinating experience on self-awareness. As much as, look, I'm human, I have emotions. I started to re-question myself and did I say something wrong? Just kept going through the conversation in my head. And yes, I got amped up. I'm not going to lie, because I was tired of doing the same thing over and over and this individual not doing what they're supposed to do and me cleaning up after them. We talked about saying no. Well, as a consultant, my job is to do certain things. And a lot of that revolves around cleaning up messes. So I don't mind doing it. But what I do mind is that when I ask you to do something and you don't do it, and then you try to blame everyone else and not take responsibility for your own actions, those are the types of things that I just don't handle well. So yes, I probably got a little amped up in our conversation, but it's not any different than if two men had that conversation. And I sure don't think that an email coming after the fact saying you're mean and condescending would ever happen. So again, it makes me question the whole scenario about women not showing emotion in business. This was a great example of why we do need to show our emotion. It's okay for us to be direct. I don't care if people call me aggressive. Maybe sometimes I am aggressive. I have to be aggressive to get my point across because they're not listening. And it did give me pause to take a step back and really evaluate myself. I think we all do that. People question us, so we start to reevaluate and reflect. Could I have handled this in a different way? Should I have handled this in a different way? No, I shouldn't have. I did it exactly how I would address it with anyone. Direct, transparent, and if you're not listening, then I'm going to bring it back up and I'm going to challenge you. That's my job. I feel like as an individual for personal growth, I do that with people in my personal life, people in my professional life. It was just an aha moment of how far we haven't come. And it couldn't have come at a better time. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing a podcast today, but I felt it was really important because I know a lot of us are dealing with that as to how are women treated differently in the workplace versus men. We wonder why women are going out and they're starting their own businesses. Lots of different reasons. We want flexibility. We want work-life integration. However, we also are tired of corporate America and not giving the opportunities when we're working hard and showing our worth and our value and not being appreciated for those. It's a little bit of a short podcast for you guys, but I do think it's important for us to stand with who we are and not let other people derail us. I had a great epiphany this morning when I woke up because I was still mad. I'm not gonna lie, still irritated. And then I realized, why am I letting someone's perception of me that really doesn't matter impact me? It's funny how life works, because last night I got a message on LinkedIn from a daughter of a lady that I spent some time with at the Culinary Institute in Napa. For the first time ever, I did a trip on my own. I went and took a culinary class in Napa a few years ago, and I met this amazing group of ladies from Alabama. They kind of befriended me because I was there by myself, and we built these instant bonds. Well, here a few years later, her daughter hits me up on LinkedIn and says, "Thank you so much for being so just loving towards my mother. She really appreciated and loved spending time with you." Don't let people question who you are. And when it's the people that don't matter, ignore them. Because usually it's deflecting from their own issues. I don't know what his deal is. Maybe insecurity. Maybe the fact he's having to deal with a female in the construction world that is more successful, that knows more. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's not my problem, it's his. And so I had to reflect and say, hey guys, I'm going to take my own advice. Thank you, because this is giving me my own advice of reflecting back inside and saying, hey, I'm not going to let this individual change who I am. I've always been this way. And if someone thinks I'm mean because of it, I don't know. I kind of take that as a compliment. That means I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you to be better. I'm challenging you for the things that you're doing. And if you don't appreciate that, then maybe you're not a person of growth. It's just interesting how things happen in life and when the timing does happen. So I thought it was a great example of some of the things, especially with a lot of our conversations about women and emotions. We talk a lot about, we're too sensitive and we're too emotional. I want to talk about we're too aggressive. I'm okay being aggressive because guess what? I'm going to be my own advocate and I'm going to stand up for myself. And at the end of the day, I get the job done. So next time someone questions you in a manner that you feel, start really questioning yourself and thinking about, is this person right? Just stop. Stop and take a breath and go, wait a minute. Does this person's opinion even matter? Usually it doesn't. But also, why am I going to let someone change who I am into being someone that I'm not because they don't like it? Because I guarantee you, there's hundreds of people out there that love dealing with me, love working with me. Again, not always the easiest, but I'm fair, I'm direct, I'm transparent. I have folks that have been with me for years and years and years because of those traits. My vendors I work with, I tell people all the time, there's a difference between being fair and being loyal. I'm loyal. Why? Because I'm fair. I'm fair to everyone that I deal with in regards to there's enough money for all of us to make. Let's help each other be successful. If I stay true to that, I'm in great shape. Thanks for joining me today at Get Real, Get Results. Again, we've got more episodes coming out. Check out my TED Talk. Super excited about that. It finally launched. Talking about the 3 lies that we need to reframe in our lives to live our best lives. Also, check out some of my other podcasts or my website, chantellpreston.com. Hope to see you guys soon. Have a great week.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Get Real, Get Results. Now get off your ass, get out there, and enjoy the life that you want to live. We're here if you need guidance. And until next time, do your best, enjoy the small victories, and stay unstoppable. And don't forget to visit chantellpreston.com for coaching or keynote booking information. And remember, you have to get real to get results.